Imagine what you would change in your fate. Think of the dark.
Metro 2033 was a gorgeous looking game when it released in 2010, and surprisingly technically refined considering its origin with the small Ukrainian developer A4. Now, some 4 years later, A4 has returned with Metro Last Light to continue the story of the Metro and further demonstrate its technical prowess. 2033 told the tale of RTM, a young man born under the streets of Russia after a nuclear strike made the surface uninhabitable. Every day is a struggle for survival, as the new societies and rivalries that have formed, along with monstrous mutations, make the Metro a dangerous place to be. Metro Last Light follows soon after the events of 2033, except for me it didn't, as apparently the canonical ending was not the one I chose. It seems the result of the original was meant to be that the Dark Ones, who were the main antagonist, were almost eradicated. So now, in Last Light, RTM has been tasked with killing the few that remain. Heading above ground, the hunt for the last of these creatures begins. RTM is attacked, however, and becomes caught in the fight for his own freedom and to prevent war in the volatile Metro. It is the look and feel of the oppressive underground world that makes Metro Last Light's story so convincing. Everything about it is designed to perfectly illustrate the hopelessness and decay of a people forced to endure years in an environment only designed to support life for a few months. Settlements within the Metro are crowded, survivors packed in like rats, struggling to survive conflict within their own ranks and with other settlements. Some of these are peaceful, while others seek to impose their beliefs. Whatever the philosophy, however, each settlement bustles with life, their constant chatter giving texture to the world. For me, it is these that prove the most interesting areas of Last Life, filled with both story and texture. Unfortunately, the density of content in these areas also made them the most prone to technical issues. Getting caught on geometry, textures popping in, and NPCs walking through RTM mid-conversation make up just a few of these. True, these are small complaints given the world's detail, but they are enough to break the immersion. Outside of settlements lie the tunnels of the Metro. Dark and dangerous, these form the conduits from one area to the next. On Rails may seem like a cheap pun here, but it perfectly describes the story and combat as RTM moves from one unwavering path to the next. The confined and claustrophobic nature of these areas sidestep many of Last Light's technical issues, with the less complex but no less moody tunnels hiding texture problems and removing NPCs from the equation. These derelict corridors make up the bulk of Last Light's combat and stealth sections, forcing RTM through areas where you can decide the best technique to move forward, be it sneaking past enemies, taking them down silently, or a full-on assault. But limited resources will often dictate this choice, as RTM is pushed to his last bullet or even knife to survive. When things are at their worst, however, there is still always the option of using the game's currency, pre-apocalypse bullets, to load your weapon. A wasteful and expensive way to play, but effective, as the factory-made bullets easily rip through all in their path. While enemies in the depths of the Metro can range from blind beasts to humans, on the polluted surface they are all monstrous. These aggressive and powerful enemies mean that it is in these more open areas that the majority of RTM's ammo will be needed. Last Light uses this to fantastic effect, draining resources amassed through the rest of the adventure to ensure there is always a manufactured scarcity. While these areas are more open, the claustrophobia remains. Continued radiation means that gas masks must be worn at all times, and a limited number of filters ensure the clock is always ticking. You can hear RTM's breath in your ears, condensation inside the mask, and cracks appearing with each hit. It is suffocating and adds panic even in these less constrained environments. It is this sense of verisimilitude that is so perfect in Last Light, but it does highlight the fact that the game is still designed for PC. Fumbling between changing gas filters and wiping blood off your goggles proves a struggle with a controller. It isn't insurmountable, but when under the clock it proves stressful. Metro Last Light is an exercise in atmosphere, and a very successful one. Its linear story drags you through its gritty, oppressive world, and while it may not be perfect, the sense of place and relentless tone create an immersive and believable fiction that's hard to forget. Tune in again soon for more reviews, and remember to visit playdevil.com for all of your gaming news.